Hi everybody, this is Objeff from Bart Crew Studio. Last I left off playing Stanley Parable, I was stuck in a museum. I found the exit. Now we're going to continue on to try to find all the exits in this game. So I'm heading towards this exit, and it looks like there's an on-off switch.
Oh, look at these two. How they wish to destroy one another. How they wish to control one another. How they both wish to be free.
Okay.
Can you see? Can you see how much they need one another? No, perhaps not. Sometimes these things cannot be seen.
Not 100% sure what she's talking about.
You can still save these two. You can stop the program before they both fail. Push escape and press quit. There's no other way to beat this game. As long as you move forward, you'll be walking someone else's path. Stop now and it'll be your only true choice.
Oh, last time I didn't die.
You
Wonder
do
what'll happen
choose
this
it.
time.
Don't let time choose for you.
I'm
Don't
not
let
quitting.
time.
Well, I died that time. I died. Terribly. Horribly. With a splat. And, I just faded to black, apparently. There's nothing happening on this game. Well, I guess she wasn't joking when she said he had hit quit. Okay. We're beginning the game again. So, yeah. Well, let's go run through this again and find another exit. That was kind of an anticlimactic beginning to a show. But last time
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room.
Cool.
Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
And found my way out to just get smashed immediately. Great. So, I have to try to remember where I have not been.
When Stanley came to a set of two open doors, he entered the door on his left.
So I'm going to run through here really quick. Go to the office.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
And I think I went to the bathroom already. Executive bathroom. Yeah, I remember this. Money in the morning, money in the evening. Apparently that's what executives sing about.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. What could it... Stanley was in such a rush to get through the story as quickly as possible, he didn't even have a single minute to just let the narrator talk. That kind of anxiety isn't healthy, so he relaxed for a few moments with some calming New Age music.
Wow. Oh, man. I can't even rush through the game because the game knows that I'm cheating. I memorized the code from the... I don't know how many times I've been through this room.
Feeling soothed and rejuvenated, Stanley calmly walked forward into the opened passageway.
Alright, so anyway, back to where I was going. I'm going to try to find alternate routes and really drive different means. I don't 100% remember where I can do things different. And I may need to go back to that first option, the left door, the right door. I know the right door took me into this weird loop. What I don't want to happen is have that weird loop be the only ending in that loop. I may do that again, though. It was pretty funny the first time.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
The escape route was the route that led me to the museum, so I'm going to continue on to this route and see if I can do something different along the way.
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself. Did he have the strength to find out?
Alright. here we go. Come on.
Now the monitors jumped to life, their true nature revealed. Each bore the number of an employee in the building, Stanley's co-workers. The lives of so many individuals reduced to images on a screen, and Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant nothing.
There's my desk. Right there. Alright, another button. Come on. Let's do this. Let's do this.
This mind control facility, it was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true. Had Stanley really been under someone's control all this time? Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly?
Yes. Yes, it was.
No. He refused
no.
to believe it. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control? Never. It was unthinkable. Wasn't it? Was it even possible? Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world?
No.
But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions. Happy, or sad, or content. Walking, eating, working. All of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life. For he would dismantle the controls once and for all.
That is correct. Once and for all, I shall hit the button labeled 4. Really? I hit it 4 times? Really? Come on. Yeah, do something cool. What does this button do? Okay, turn it. No, come on, turn it on. Mind control. Let's do it. Well, apparently, you can't turn on mind control. There's a big button. Shiny red. Gotta do something cool. Nothing? Oh. 5. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Alright, so there's 3. 4's up there. 5's over here. Let's find 1 and 2 and find out what this does. So here we go. 1, 2. 3. All the way back up here. Brutal. Alright, there's 4. And 5. Oh, really? I wonder if I can turn on the power or something now. Does that work now? Ten. Are there 10 buttons in this room? There's another 10. Why didn't that do anything? I'm disappointed. Hey, here's a door. There's a wire coming over to this. And clickety click click. There. 1, 2. Is there like some sort of password that I gotta know? Three. 4. boy, this is just drawn out. Did the door turn green? No. What? Well, this is stupid. I'm leaving this room. What is this? Apparently you can type on a keyboard in a hole. I want to push the big red button. Come on, man. Make this some fun. Alright, screw it. We're gonna turn everything off here. Or on.
And when at last he found the source of the room's power, he knew it was his duty, his obligation, to put an end to this horrible place and to everything it stood for.
That's right. Whoops, wrong
Oh,
one.
Stanley, you didn't just activate the controls, did you?
Yeah.
After they kept you enslaved all these years, you go and you try to take control of the machine for yourself. Is that what you wanted? Control?
Control!
Oh, Stanley, I applaud your effort, I really do. But you need to understand, there's only so much that machine can do. You were supposed to let it go, turn the controls off, and leave. If you want to throw my story off track, you're going to have to do much better than that. I'm afraid you don't have nearly the power you think you do. For example, and I believe you'll find this pertinent, Stanley suddenly realized he had just initiated the network's emergency detonation system. In the event that this machine is activated without proper DNA identification, nuclear detonators are set to explode, eliminating the entire complex.
Fun!
How long until detonation then? Let's say, 2 minutes. Now this makes things a little more fun, isn't it, Stanley? It's your time to shine. You are the star. It's your story now. Shape it to your heart's desires. Oh, this is much better than what I had in mind. What a shame we have so little time left to enjoy it. Mere moments until the bomb goes off. But what precious moments each one of them is. More time to talk about you, about me, where we're going, what all this means. I barely know where to start. What's that? You'd like to know where your co-workers are? A moment of solace before you're obliterated. All right, I'm in a good mood. You're gonna die anyway. I'll tell you exactly what happened to them.
One.
I erased them. I turned off the machine. I set you free. Of course, that was merely in this instance of the story. Sometimes when I tell it, I simply let you sit there in your office forever, pushing buttons endlessly and then dying alone.
Incorrect. What?
Other times, I let the office sink into the ground, swallowing everyone inside, or I let it burn to a crisp. I have to say this, though, this version of events has been rather amusing. Watching you try to make sense of everything and take back the control wrested away from you, it's quite rich. I almost hate to see it go. But I'm sure whatever I come up with on the next go-around will be even better. My goodness, only 34 seconds left. But I'm enjoying this so much. You know what? To hell with it. I'm going to put some extra time on the clock right now.
Because I'm
These
terrible.
are precious additional seconds. Time doesn't grow on trees.
Correct.
Oh dear me, what's the matter, Stanley? Is it that you have no idea where you're going or what you're supposed to be doing right now? Or did you just assume when you saw that timer that something in this room was capable of turning it off? I mean, look at you. Running from button to button, screen to screen, clicking on every little thing in this room. These numbered buttons, no, these colored ones. Or maybe this big red button.
Oh, this guy's a jerk.
This door. Everything, anything, something here will save me.
Correct.
Why would you think that, Stanley? That this video game can be beaten? Won? Solved? Do you have any idea what your purpose in this place is? Stanley, you're in for quite a disappointment. But here's a spoiler for you. That timer isn't a catalyst to keep the action moving along. It's just seconds ticking away to your death.
Oh,
you're only
bummers.
still playing instead of watching a cutscene because I want to
passcode?
watch you
What's
for
the
every moment that you're
passcode?
powerless. To see you made humble.
42 seconds.
This is not a challenge.
3.
It's a tragedy. You wanted to control this world, that's fine. But I'm going to destroy
33
it
seconds.
first, so you can't. Take a look at the clock, Stanley.
Crap.
That's 30 seconds you have left to strike.
No.
30 seconds until a big boom and then nothing. No ending here.
What are we gonna hit?
Just
What are we
you
gonna hit?
being blown to pieces. Will you cling desperately to your frail life?
Aw.
Or will you let it go peacefully? Another choice. Make it count. Or don't. It's all the same to me. All a part of the joke. And believe me, I will be laughing at every second of your inevitable life from the moment we fade in until the moment I say, happily ever up.
Oh, come on. You gotta be kidding me. I died a second time. Oh, come on. I was so close to figuring that out. That's brutal. I got nuked. Alright. Well.
Already this was uncomfortable, and Stanley decided that as soon as he found a new space he felt safe in, that he would never leave it again in his life.
That's true. I don't want to be nuked again. However, I want to figure
When
that out.
Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left. This
do
was
that again.
not the
Real
correct
quick.
way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well.
That's right.
Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. Ah, yes, truly a room worth admiring. It had really been worth, but eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
Do I take the open door on the left? Or do I continue forward? I'm gonna go this way, because I don't...
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
Let's hop on. Last
Look,
time I
Stanley,
played,
I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really.
I jumped onto this
I realize that investing
beam
your
that's
trust
going
in someone
across,
else can be difficult, but the
and
fact is that
went
the story
in that
has
doorway.
been about nothing but
But
you
this time I'm gonna
all this
ride
time.
it to the top. We're gonna see where
There's
this takes
someone
us.
you've been neglecting, Stanley. Someone you've forgotten about. Please, stop trying to make every decision by yourself. Now, I'm not asking for me, I'm asking for her.
Who's her?
This is it, Stanley. Your chance to redeem yourself. To put your work aside. To let her back into your life. She's been
Excuse
waiting.
me. Right, let's see here. And I'm locked in a warehouse. Great. That's where I want to be. Especially in this game. And there's a dark room.
That's her, Stanley. You need to be the one to do this. To
What?
reach out to her. If you can truly place your faith in another, then... Oh, no, you can't... Did you just unplug the phone? No, that wasn't supposed to be a choice. How did you do that? You actually chose incorrectly? I didn't even know that was possible. Let me double check.
Oh, I should have stitched it.
No, it's definitely here, clear as day. Stanley picks up the phone. He's taken to his apartment where he finds his wife, and the two pledge themselves to one another. Music comes in, fade to white, roll credits.
I'm sure
Not
that would have
picking up the
happened.
phone is actually somehow an incorrect course of action. How is that even possible? None of these decisions were supposed to mean anything. I don't understand. How on earth are you making meaningful choices? What did you... Wait a second. Did I just see... No, that's not possible. I can't believe it. How had I not noticed it sooner? You're not Stanley. You're a real person. I can't believe I was so mistaken. This is why you've been able to make correct and incorrect choices. And to think I've been letting you run around in this game for so long. If you'd made any more wrong choices, you might have negated it entirely. It's as though you completely ignored even the most basic safety protocol for real-world decision-making. Or did you not grasp the severity of the situation? Well, I won't have that kind of risk on my watch. I'm going to stop the game for a moment so we can educate you properly
And
on
here we
safe
go,
decision-making in the real world. Please observe this helpful instructional video.
Choice. It's the best part of being a real person. But if used incorrectly, can also be the most dangerous.
It sure
For
is.
example, in this scenario, a hypothetical real person named Stephen
1952,
has a choice.
and that's
He
Stephen.
could spend years helping improve the quality of life for citizens of impoverished third world nations.
Except he's gonna go hang out
Or
with
he
Baby
could
Tarzan.
systematically set fire to
Give him
every
a
orphan
flower.
living in a
Hey,
30-kilometer
boy.
radius of his house.
burn you.
Which choice would you make? Remember that unlike here, the real world makes sense, and at no time should you make a choice that does not conform to rational logic. If you find yourself speaking with a person who does not make sense, in all likelihood, that person is not real. Allow the person to finish their thought, then provide an excuse why you cannot continue talking. Turn to a partner and practice saying, "My goodness, is it 4:30? I'm supposed to be having a back, sack, and crack."
Hey, it's 4:30. Do you happen to have any bag, sack, and crack? Is that what he said? A bag of crack?
Excellent. Making choices on a regular basis is the best part to a healthy decision-making process. Most medical professionals recommend making at least 8 choices per day. Do you make more than 8? Less? And finally, if you begin to wonder if your choices are actually meaningful and whether you'll ever make a significant contribution to the world, just remember that in the vast infiniteness of space, your thoughts and problems are materially insignificant, and the feeling should subside. At this time, your instructor will guide you in an exercise to test and reinforce the material covered in this video.
Oh, great. To take a test.
Welcome back. You may have noticed that this room has begun to deteriorate as a result of narrative contradiction. But not to worry. Now that you're properly informed on good decision-making, we're going to revisit a choice you made just a few minutes ago and see what the correct thing to do would have been. This way, please.
Can I plug the phone back in? Can I just plug the phone back in? I'm sorry I unplugged the phone. Can I plug it in? There's an exit. Can I answer it? Can I drive the forklift? Okay, here we go. I guess I am answering the phone this time. Hey, let me in. Where am I going? Hey, it's fenced off this time. Something's different. It's like the tricks.
Now that we know your choices are meaningful, we can't have you jumping off the platform and dying. Imagine the main character dying senselessly halfway through the story. That story would make no sense at all. We just need to get you home as soon as possible before the narrative contradiction gets any worse. Unfortunately, it seems this place is not well equipped to deal with reality.
That's right. I feel like I just got fired from my job. I need to send back to my office.
Almost there. You'll take the door on the left, back to the correct ending, the story will have resolution once again, and you'll be home free in the real world.
I'm gonna be mad if it takes me back to my office and it just restarts.
Now remember, all you need to do is behave exactly as Stanley would. That means choosing responsibly and always putting the story first. I'm quite sure you'll be up to the task. Just follow my lead and you'll be fine. All right. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Oh, don't give me this choice. I'm doing it. I'm going.
No! Why did you do that? Quickly, hurry back in the other direction. Perhaps we're not too late.
Oh, this is creepy. Alright, folks. Well, I'm going to end it here. Check me out again playing the Stanley Parable. And make sure you subscribe and like us.